Playboi Carti's upcoming album, I Am Music, has been highly awaited for the past 2 years. We all got word of Playboi Carti's upcoming album in April of 2022 when XXL did put out an article deeming the new Playboi Carti album would be simply titled Music, alright? That was the genesis of the Playboi Carti I Am Music era, and today we're going to be breaking down the Playboi Carti I Am Music era iceberg, alright? As you guys can see, we have every single major event that has been taking place in this new I Am Music era. Like I said, from April of 2022 up until today, and we're just gonna be breaking down every single major event that has taken place, right? Y'all know how icebergs work. We got the top of the top, the sky, general, just casual. You don't even gotta be a Carti fan to know this information, just your general rap everyday fans. As you go deeper, it gets more niche, the facts become crazy, and the information becomes more insane, all right? Let's get started with the Playboi Carti I Am Music iceberg. Now, we're gonna be starting off with 2024 music. 2024 music seems to be this new agenda that Carti has been pushing. Everything Carti's been putting out has been stamped with 2024 music, all right? New singles, look at the caption, 2024 music. Everybody thinks 2024 music is just Carti just simply saying, yo, I'm back in 2024, I'm flooding out with music, I'm giving y'all new singles, new features, I'm popping out, I'm active, and the album will drop this year. I'm pretty sure that's what every Carti fan understands when we see 2024 music. So that's that, 2024 music. Now we're gonna be going into the new singles that Playboi Carti did drop, and it all started in December of 2023 with Playboi Carti debuting his newest single, You're the Moon, aka Different Day, okay? Randomly on a Friday night in December, Carti just comes out of nowhere, goes on the Opium spam account and drops a new single on his Instagram. Nobody expecting this. This was not calculated. This was not highly anticipated. This was just your regular typical Friday, and Carti just goes, boom, I'm breaking the internet, and releases a new single, Crazy Times. That was the genesis of an insane singles run Carti did go on. He followed it up with 2024, then went to HBA, Backrooms, Evil Jordan, and left us with the last one being Ketamine, debuting a bunch of just new styles from Carti, showcasing his new range, the new deep voice, which we'll get into, and it was just a statement. Carti was taking over the year 2024 music. 2024 was Carti. And accompanying that crazy singles run, he led with the feature runner, right? This was generational, bro. Carti just could not miss. And it almost felt like everything Carti did was touching gold. Every single Carti feature was the biggest song on every single album by miles, and it all started off with Carnival on Ye's Vultures album. As we all know, Ye and Carti worked closely, and Carti was heavily featured on the Vultures album, dropped 2 features on the Vultures album, and gave us a platinum single with Carnival alongside F-Some, then went on to Metro Boomin Future's album, gave us the biggest song on that album being Type Stuff, and then followed it up with a different type of swag. Nobody expected this, collabing with the pop star Camila Cabello on I Love It, which was again the biggest song on her album and took the internet by storm, alright? Like I said, this feature run from Carti was generational, crazy. Carti was going on his deep voice, was going on different types of swag, hopping on different types of artists, collabing with pop stars. It was insane. You just had to beat her, all right? Now we're going to be going into the YVL. As we all know, YVL is a new type of swag that Carti's been debuting. It's a new hand signal. All the Opium members been putting it out. You go to Carti concerts, everybody's throwing up their YVL. YVL simply means Young Vamp Life, and is a new swag, new agenda Carti's been pushing. The Vamp era's out the window, forget that. We are in the YVL era, and that's going to be that. And now we're going to be going into the new deep voice that Carti did debut during this era. Now, honestly, I feel like Carti didn't really debut it in the I Am Music era. In my opinion, it was more so debuted in that like Narcissist era when he was featured on Donna 2, Mr. Miyagi. Same thing with that Trippie Redd feature that wasn't cleared. But we didn't officially hear it on a real track until he came on to Travis Scott's album on Utopia, being Fiend. Fiend was the first time Carti did debut the deep voice, which all people heard. People didn't even know who that was. Is this Future? Is this Homicide Gang? Who is this? It was officially Playboi Carti debuting a new deep voice. voice, and it was crazy. We've seen it with all the singles, same thing with the feature run. It's dope, and honestly, I could say Carti's deep voice is officially been mastered. I think he is definitely experimenting with it in that like Donda 2 era, that type of like Mr. Miyagi type era, but I definitely feel like Carti has perfected it, and the deep voice everybody loves. And now we're gonna be going into the last of the Sky tier, and that's simply just gonna be Carti's festival performance that he's gone on in the summer of 2024. Carti officially came back with his first real deal big performance at Summer Smash, and it did not disappoint. In my opinion, I made a whole video on this. This was Carti's most anticipated performance for sure. He debuted all the new singles, all the new features, and this was going to be everybody's first time seeing this new era be played live, right? How is he going to perform? Is he going to perform the deep voice live? What are the new songs going to sound like? Is he still going to have the guitar? Is he still going to have OG be a part of it? Is there going to be a new stage design? These were all the questions that people were heading in with this Summer Smash performance, and Carti put on, honestly, I was there, a top 3 Carti performance ever, not gonna lie. Summer Smash 2024 was insane, and he just went on an insane European festival run. 4 shows out in Europe in 2 weeks. He did that, and that was all the festival performances he did in 2024, and he is not scheduled for any performances for the rest of the year, so we'll see what goes down with that. But that's going to be the end of the Sky tier list right there. Now we're going to be going into the second layer, which is the tip of the iceberg, and that's going to start off with the ADIN Ross stream. We all know what happened at the ADIN Ross stream. It was alleged that Playboi Carti was paid $2 million from ADIN Ross and was given a Ferrari. Now, in my opinion, I think that's cap, but Carti did run up a bag off ADIN Ross. He went on his stream. It was probably one of the most awkward streams we've ever seen in the history of streaming. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a hard to watch. Carti went on ADIN Ross's stream. ADIN Ross paid him a bag. Carti showed up for, it felt like, what, 5 minutes, then simply just left. Turned into a whole deal. There was supposed to be a part 2, never happened. That was the deal of the ADIN Ross stream. Now we're gonna be going into Black HAINE, aka the British ball dude, right? We all know Black HAINE. He started hanging around Carti, I'd say like last year. He was on all of his festivals going crazy on stage, screaming with all of his goons accompanied with him, but everybody deems him as the British ball dude who essentially just debuts new Carti music, right? With the whole singles run, Carti did make an announcement every single time he was dropping, with Black HAINE screaming into the phone, being new Carti music tonight. We will never forget that. HAINE going crazy, screaming his head off, new Carti music. That was a crazy, you just had to be there. When you got that Opium notification on your phone, seeing the British ball dude, you knew it was going down that night, right? So that's Black HAINE. Now we're gonna be going into the SEEYUHH ad-lib, which is Carti's new ad-lib that he's attached with this new era. It feels like Carti has a new ad-lib for every era. Dial-It era, it was the beep, then Whole Lotta Red, obviously it was the way, and then now we're in the I Am Music era, and that ad-lib is the SEEYUHH ad-lib. He's been having it on, it feels like, every single song, and if you notice on all the songs Carti does, there's no ad-libs on it except for the SEEYUHH ad-libs. He's been saying it, it's become a meme. SEEYUHH, everybody likes it, it's dope, that's the ad-lib, everybody should know about it. Now we're gonna be going into the festival singles, right? Playboi Carti has debuted some new singles at some of these festivals that have never seen the light of day except for those festivals, and those songs are going to be Pop Out, which was debuted at Wireless 2023, same thing at Rolling Loud Miami 2023.
I can't come to your party, I might come SEEYUHH!
Alongside Rockstar, which was solely debuted at Rolling Loud 2023 LA. Which was crazy. In my opinion, my favorite of the two is Rockstar. They did say that Rockstar was made 5 minutes before Carti's performance at Rolling Loud Los Angeles. To be honest, I don't really know if I believe that. Probably it was made within the 24 hours of him doing the performance, but we got Rockstar solely at Rolling Loud LA 2023. I was there, Carti opened it up with that. Nobody knew what was happening, and everybody was just in shock. Like, did this dude really just debut a new song? It was crazy. I prefer Rockstar over Pop Out. Both are made on filthy beats. They're just crazy, high energy, perfect for the festivals. But those are the two major festival singles. And then he did debut a new festival single that we haven't really got word since that festival, and that was G-Wagon, which he did preview at Summer Smash 2024.
Check it out!
You could say the same thing with All Red, but I feel like All Red has to be talked about on its own, which we'll get into later. But G-Wagon is another filthy beat that he did debut at Summer Smash 2024. He previewed it at his next festival after that, I believe was Splash Festival. But other than that, we have no word if this is going to be on the album, if it's dropping. So I'm gonna put it in the festival category with Pop Out and Rockstar. Now we're gonna be going into AI, right? AI has become huge during this IM music era, especially in the Carti community. People are doing AI remasters of all their favorite snippets. People are doing extended snippets with AI finishing it off. People have even made Playboi Carti AI albums, and they've actually gone crazy. The boys over at Project YVL, shout out them. They made an AI Carti album and it went stupid. They had this dude Twan be the face of it, like the AI Carti, and their music is going crazy. And it's currently sitting at 2 million monthly Spotify listeners. I'm not capping, search it up. TWXN is like the AI Playboi Carti. 2 million monthly listeners, going stupid on TikTok. But yeah, during the IM music era, AI has taken over, and it's kind of scary because nowadays you can't even tell what is real versus what's AI, especially with a bunch of these snippets that are getting put out. People's first initial thoughts, AI, it's not real, right? But AI has just gone crazy. We're just in 2024, not even in the Carti community. It's gone crazy everywhere, but in the Carti community, it's honestly gotten out of hand, and it's crazy to see. And now we're gonna be going into the direct inspo behind the name IM Music, and that simply stems from Lil Wayne, right? We did find out that Lil Wayne was Carti's biggest inspiration when heading into this project from multiple sources. One, obviously, Wayne has the IM Music album alongside an IM Music face tat. Then we seen multiple sources from Carti's camp, specifically Fritz Owens in December of 2022, stating, "Not for real. Lil Wayne been inspiring my brother so much during these past couple years since his last project, you wouldn't even understand." Alongside him saying Carti, Lil Wayne. And then we got the Dick Pleaser freestyle, which is obviously a remix of Lil Wayne's song Dick Pleaser. So that's all the inspiration we found behind Carti's upcoming project. It's all derived from Lil Wayne. He's showing that he is the new Lil Wayne. And in 2024, people are saying Carti is the new Lil Wayne. Now that's up for debate, but a lot of people have co-signed that theory, stating that Carti is the modern day Lil Wayne. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. But that is the inspiration behind Carti's IM Music. And now we're gonna be going into the infamous mugshot that did surface in February of 2023. And that was because Carti did allegedly choke out his pregnant girlfriend in December of 2022. And honestly, the craziest thing that did stem out from this whole situation was how they gatekept this information for so long, and how it just simply went under the radar and nobody found out about this until 2 months later, when we found out that it did actually go down back in December. And we found out that during that whole December 2022 fake rollout that everybody thought Carti's gonna drop on the second year Whole Lotta Red anniversary was simply just a cover up to sweep this under the rug and not let people know about him going to jail. And speaking on the December 2022 rollout, we did see Carti's only main feed IG post on the Playboi Carti account. We did receive the alleged cover of the album at the time. Obviously, we have no clue what the album is, but on his IG, the post remains, and simply who that is Betsy Johnson. She works heavy with Ye, Balenciaga, she's big on the fashion space, and we all thought that was the music cover at the time. Just a cover of Betsy Johnson, a fit pic with the explicit sign at the bottom. Everybody was going crazy. Everybody thought it was time, and we're sitting here 2 years later with no album. And to end off the second tier, we're going to be speaking on Carti's Opium spam account, which was created on December 30th of 2022, which simply just serves as a spam account or behind the scenes of what Carti's cooking up lately. During the King Vamp tour, he was heavy posting all the behind the scenes of every shows, posting the show that was going down tonight. And then obviously as we progressed into the singles run, the features run, this was the account where Black HAINE would make the announcement when we would get a new single.
New Carti dropping tonight!
When you would get that Opium spam account notification on your IG, you see the British bald dude with the 930 sign. You knew it was going down. New Carti music was going down. And like I said, this is simply just a spam for Carti to show what he's been working on. He's kind of inactive on it. He'll come and go. He'll post here and there. Not really active. Just a bunch of cool images here and there that we see from Carti's mind. And yeah, that's the Opium spam account. And now to introduce the third tier, we're going to be speaking on DJ Swamp IZZO, where he became a prominent figure in this new IM music era. His involvement with Carti has seemed to be like this narrator / storyteller on the project from what we've all been thinking and what we've seen at certain festivals. Like I said, he's been the narrator. We've seen this on songs of the new singles, similar to like Evil Jordan, where he like speaks on the intro, and that's what everybody thinks his position is with Carti in this new tape. He seems to be taking on like a DJ drama, Call Me If You Get Lost. He's gonna be narrating over the transitions and introducing some songs, and we have seen that with the European festival performances, where he's speaking over the transitions of these songs and he's introducing the new songs, which is pretty dope in my opinion. I've never really seen anything like that. I honestly think it's super dope, and yeah, that's kind of what DJ Swamp IZZO's role is in this new IM music era. And now we're gonna be speaking on the involvement Carti had with the Vultures album. Obviously, Vultures from Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign, their collab album. Carti had heavy ties to this project, contributing to 2 songs. On V1 we got Carnival and Evsum. Carnival is now platinum, which is crazy. Went platinum in such a short time. That's a great song, whether you like it or not, TikTok or not. I think that's a great song. And then obviously he has ties to Vultures too, which is the song Field Trip alongside Melrose, which is actually now leaked. But in my opinion, I do think Carti was the biggest contributor to this project, and overall just seemed to be the most active and engaged. And also note that a lot of people did think that Kanye West was the reason why we haven't got the album as of yet. Everybody was running with the theory that Carti was waiting for Ye to finish off the Vultures series. There was supposed to be 3 volumes that dropped February, March, April. Obviously that fell through and we haven't even got 2 and 3. And everybody thought Carti was waiting for V3 to drop and then he would have got the green light from Kanye. But like I said, Carti was probably the biggest contributor to the series. His name, his song always was the biggest. Field Trip and Melrose are the biggest grails of V2, and obviously the biggest song from V1 is Carnival, so that's that. And now we're going to be speaking on one of the biggest grails from the IM music era, and that's going to be All Red. All Red was first previewed back in 2022 and was actually one of the first snippets that did surface with this new deep voice from Carti, and everybody fell in love with it. This was everybody's grail. This is my grail still to this day. And 2 years later in 2024, he actually did preview the full extended snippet live at Summer Smash 2024. That was insane. I don't think anybody would have thought Carti was just gonna preview All Red that day. I had an insane reaction to it. All Red! All Red! The community just exploded, and in my opinion, I think he previewed that snippet on purpose, was because it was said that leakers were threatening to leak that song, and that song was bound to get leaked. I do not know if that's true. That was just kind of a rumor floating around the community. And it was said that the label did want Carti to put All Red on the album, which we'll speak on later. But All Red is probably a top 1, top 2, 3 biggest snippet that everybody wants. He previewed it at Summer Smash. The hype is there. Everybody wants it. And everybody does think that this is going to be the lead single because it's perfect, right? It's the biggest song, it's the biggest grail. Everybody likes it. Extended snippet's crazy. It's going to be insane, and that's going to be All Red. And now we're going to be moving on to 004K Trey, which is supposedly the collab tape between Playboi Carti and NBA Youngboy, the 2 biggest artists with the most insane fan bases coming together. Word of this first spread around, I'd say, summertime 2023 last year, when Wafia the jeweler did put out a post on his Instagram about Carti gifting YB a chain. Then we seen obviously Carti put YB on his story with him wearing the Opium chain. In YB's collab with Supreme, we've seen him wearing the exact same Opium chain. Now note that there hasn't been any snippets that have come out of 004K Trey. Nobody knows if it's actually a collab album, if it's supposed to be a single. Nobody knows anything, but 004K Trey was a name that the Opium camp and YB were pushing heavy, so it's just rumors that it's a collab tape. It could basically be nothing. There's been no snippets. Nobody knows about it. It's probably a dead idea now, but that's 004K Trey. And now we're going to be speaking on Fortnite, and actually Carti has been referenced in Fortnite twice. One, when they debuted the popular music video in Fortnite. Most random thing ever, the popular music video was debuted in Fortnite. Nobody expected that. And then also Trippie Redd's Mr. Rage email did make it to Fortnite. Now the Cartiverse is not on there, but those are just Carti's 2 involvements with Fortnite. I don't think anybody, we literally got Carti in Fortnite. before the album. Just let that soak in, but that's that. And I want to be speaking on the Grammys / Saturday Night Live performance, which was both accompanied with Travis Scott. Carti and Travis performed Fiend live at the Grammys 2024 alongside on Saturday Night Live. Just wanted to add that there because that was the first time we've seen Carti at the Grammys, and he performed Fiend, which was pretty dope to see. Now we're going to be speaking on Carti's birthday in 2023. Now Carti's B-Day party in 2023 was a huge event that they put together. It was in a random basement, random warehouse in Atlanta. It looked insane. They were giving out free Opium tattoos. There was like these Opium vans spray painted with Opium. There was like a big cage in the middle where Filthy was, you know, going crazy on the DJ. Then eventually Ken Lo and Carti came out. Carti did actually come out and played almost the full album of Yeezus, which was pretty dope to see. He came out of nowhere. He was on the second floor looking down on everybody. Yeezus is playing. It's going crazy. And he did actually preview 2 snippets live at this event. He did preview Problem Child with Travis Scott alongside Vetements Jeans with Lil Uzi Vert. Carti and the Opium camp just randomly put a flyer on their story. BABYBOI turns 27, put an address in Atlanta, and a bunch of kids just showed up. It looked insane, but that's Carti's B-Day party of 2023. And now we're going to be speaking on BABYBOI, which is supposedly the second album that Carti is going to follow up I Am Music with. It was rumored that Carti is going to drop back-to-back I Am Music then BABYBOI. They did say that BABYBOI is going to be a different type of sound, a genre-bending, insane new wave of just music that Carti's putting out. Me personally, I don't really know about that. In my opinion, I realistically don't see Carti dropping back-to-back or 2 albums anywhere near. I would much rather have Carti drop 1 album, let it breathe, let it live, let it have its own time. But it is rumored when he was on ASAP Bari's vlog, Carti actually said with his words, I'm dropping 2 of them back to back.
I'm trying to drop 2 of them.
Back to back?
Back to back, February, then goddamn.
So that's that. The second rumored album following I Am Music, which is supposedly called BABYBOI. Now we're going to be speaking on the Antagonist tour. The Antagonist tour was supposed to be the first Opium tour to go down. Homicide Gang, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, Playboi Carti, live on the road. There was a bunch of shows. They're going all of US, all of Europe, around the whole world. They're going to take over. The first Opium tour was supposed to go down, and it just never happened. Okay, this tour never happened and was supposed to start in October of 2023, then got pushed to January of 2024, and eventually just fell through. The tour was rescheduled a million times. People in the Carti community were losing their minds. People all wanted to see this tour, and in my opinion, if this tour did actually go down, this would have been one of the most insane tours ever. Just imagine one night, Homicide Gang opens up, then you go into Lone, then you go into Ken, and that's all before Carti, bro. That would have been insane. That would have like been 2 hours of rage, straight bangers. Opium would have taken over, but that eventually fell through. Everybody got refunded, and that never seen the light of day. And now to finish off this tier, we're gonna be speaking on the infamous tweet, "Love all my supporters, it's time." This tweet was taking place in January of 2023, following the fake release date, fake album drop that Carti was teasing in December of 2022. We did eventually find out that this was all done to cover up him getting arrested, but then in January, I believe like early January, like 1 or like 2nd, he said, "Love all my supporters, it's time." We all thought at that time, we did not have any clue of Carti getting arrested, and everybody actually believed it. Carti was gonna drop on the 2nd anniversary of Whole Lotta Red. December happened, I was live, we were counting down, the album never dropped, right? Then we're like, maybe January 1st, maybe New Year's. That didn't happen, but he did tweet, "Love all my supporters, it's time." Everybody thought Carti's album was on the way. It was about to go down, the rollout was gonna happen, but eventually this was just a dead tweet. Nothing happened, and we're here June 2024 still with no album. So now we're gonna be going into tier 4, which the information does get very niche, and honestly, if you know this information, you're just a tapped in Carti fan. You're like a real deal Carti fan, just more than the music at this point. So to start off, we're gonna be going into the Solana leaks, which went down in June of 2023, which was essentially a group of, I don't know if they're hackers, crypto dudes, All I know, they were trying to promote this Carti coin on the Solana blockchain, and apparently they had Carti's album hostage. Now, I don't really believe that. They were trying to put out information saying that Carti's album's 21 tracks, this features on the album, XYZ. And at the end of the day, they were just trying to promote a meme coin, this Carti coin, on the Solana blockchain, and in exchange, if they hit a certain milestone or the coin reached a certain price, they were going to start leaking songs, which they actually did. We did get 3 leaks come out of this event, which was Problem Child, which was the one previewed at Carti's BDAY featuring Travis Scott. So Problem Child with Travis did leak. Then Mojo Jojo did leak alongside Getting Money. So we did actually get 3 leaks from these dudes. And honestly, bro, if you bought into this coin, if you bought this coin, I don't feel bad for you at all. I'm not gonna lie, because who told you to buy a Carti coin? Y'all know that was a pump and dump. They were just trying to scam a bunch of Carti fans. If you bought it, I feel bad for you, but in exchange, we did get 3 Carti leaks. And so yeah, that's basically it. We got 3 leaks. They were trying to promote a meme coin. It was just basically a pump and dump scam. We did get 3 leaks, so that's that, the Solana leaks. Now we're gonna be going into the January 5th drop day, all right? So January 5th, 2023 was the day. Carti fans thought Carti is dropping his album I Am Music on January 5th. Everything was just perfectly lined for a January 5th drop date. Carti was previewing a bunch of snippets at that time. He was on his, singles run where he was dropping You're the Moon, 2024, XYZ. He was dropping song after song, and it was just so random. Nobody knew what was going on. We were in the thick of this supposed rollout. Everybody was going crazy. Academics had put out a tweet saying that the album is dropping in January per Carti's team, and the January 5th drop date was perfect because if you remember, the Antagonist tour was scheduled to restart. The Antagonist tour was supposed to start in October, then they pushed it out back to like another date, and then January was another date when the Antagonist tour was supposed to start. So everybody thought this is the perfect Friday. Carti drops on January 5th, then tours with this new album. Everybody thought it was perfect. It was perfectly in line. We all thought January 5th was the day we would hear I Am Music, but obviously we're here in 2024, in June, summer of 2024, and the album has yet to drop. Now we're gonna be going into the NARCISSIST clothing brand that Playboi Carti did reveal in October of 2022. This was so cryptically released because on Playboi Carti's website, I believe, or somewhere, there was like this countdown, this random countdown that meant nothing. I believe it was opium.com, and it was just a random countdown, and nobody had any clue what was going down. Everybody thought, is this the countdown for the album? Nobody knew what was happening. Eventually, what this revealed was Carti's clothing brand titled NARCISSIST. So it wasn't the album NARCISSIST, it was simply a clothing brand of NARCISSIST, which was cool, had a bunch of pieces. Everybody got their pieces, everybody was happy with that. But also there was some controversy with this drop because of the people who Carti displayed on these hoodies. There were a bunch of mugshots from people in jail. Obviously, the Carti detectives did their work and found out who these people were. A lot of people were trying to cancel Carti, saying, why would you promote this person on a hoodie? So that was just the whole NARCISSIST clothing brand. And the next one is going to be how Ye delayed the album, right? So we all thought Carti was waiting for all the Vultures to drop, Vultures 1, 2, and 3. Once that dropped, it was green light. Carti was a go for the album, and that never went down, right? So everybody thought that theory. We were all waiting for Ye to drop, and once he's finished, it would be Carti's time. Obviously, Vultures 2 and 3 never happened, and we still don't have Carti's album. But the insiders, Heaven or Hell and Hogan, did put out. Now take this with a grain of salt. It might be true, might be not. Apparently it was said that Ye was putting in Carti's head to not listen to the label, do your own things, do not do what the label says, and Carti was trying to do his own thing, and eventually that's why we never got the January release date. And actually it was said after the insiders revealed their whole information, it was actually true that Carti was ready to drop in January, but it was Ye. Ye was the reason why we haven't got the Carti album, and it didn't have to do with the Vultures drops. It was Ye trying to gas up Carti in his head, saying not to listen to the label, do not do that. Obviously, like I said, take it with a grain of salt, but that is what the Carti insiders said, all right? So that's the whole thing with Ye delaying the album. And now we're going to be speaking on Sex's Death, who is Carti's newest creative director for this I Am Music era. She stepped in with a new aesthetic, new swag, swag. The whole King Vamp era is over with. This new swag that Carti's on is credited to SEEYUHH. She came in with her styling, put Carti in a lot of newer brands, different brands that we haven't really seen him with. In my opinion, I'd say Carti brought back HBA. Now HBA has always been prominent, but I really do feel like Carti gave it that spark that it was kind of missing since we seen like Rocky and Ye were at last, right? But she came in with the new swag, new aesthetic. It feels fresh, it's dope. She also helped with creative direction of the photo shoots, the magazines, style ups, also the music videos. My favorite music video is the Backrooms music video. It's so dope. It has SEEYUHH written all over. I think it's dope. It's fresh. It's clean. It's the new Carti swag, the new Carti wave and aesthetic. Can be credited to SEEYUHH, but that is her role. She was previously a tattoo artist, designed the new Opium logo, put Carti onto the new swag, changed up the whole aesthetic of Carti for this project, and that's SEEYUHH. Now we're gonna be heading into Boy Slow Down. Now, no, I know Carti did not invent Boy Slow Down. Obviously, it's in reference to Young Thug. Young Thug put out a tweet trying to diss Future back in the day, saying Boy Slow Down, dropping all that BS music. And when Carti was in the thick of his album rollout, of that, you know, supposed album rollout when he was dropping all those singles, he randomly put on his story the Boy Slow Down tweet. And after that, I did feel that Carti did spark this and kind of make it a thing, right? Because before Carti put that out, nobody was referring to Boy Slow Down or making that a meme or whatever, right? Since Carti put that on the story, everybody, if somebody dropped mid, they're spamming the Boy Slow Down. Boy Slow Down became this whole thing. And I would say that Carti did play a big role in making that a huge thing and what it is today, right? So now we're gonna be going into 133 miles an hour, and that's gonna be in reference to when the body cam footage got released of Carti's arrest back in September of 2022. We did see that this random cop police channel who puts out police body cam footage released the footage of Carti during his whole arrest. It was a long video. We seen Carti talk to the cops. He was like, yo, I'm not trying to go to jail, officer. But this dude literally went 133 miles an hour in the freeway in Atlanta. 133 miles is crazy, Carti, bruh. He tried to get out of this ticket, trying to do everything. Eventually, the cop did take him to jail. We seen the whole footage of that. But 133 and a 55 is insane, bro. So now we're going to be speaking on what is essentially the genesis of this whole IM music era, and that's going to be the interview Carti did with XXL back in April of 2022. On April 12th of 2022, there was an article, an interview published by XXL. They sat down with Carti, they asked him a bunch of questions, and the biggest question, the biggest headline that came out of it was the next album name, because at the time, we were still in the Narcissist era. Narcissist never dropped. We're like, what's the next album? And it was put out that the next album was going to be called Music. Simply just music, all right? The interview asked them, you just played some new music. One song was Wicked. You mentioned you had a new album. What can you say about that? Carti responds with, I was about to name my album Music because that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Music. And then the interview asked them, do you have a name now? And Carti responds saying Music because that's all it is at that point. So Music was the first time we ever heard the album name. It has kind of transcended into I Am Music, but this was like the genesis, the birth of the I Am Music era. Every and all info from April of 2022 until now is considered the I Am Music era, and that's the first time we ever heard of the album name. Was crazy. Like, a lot of people thought bro was trolling. Me personally, I believe this was like one of the first videos I made on my channel back in the day, but I was like, bro, there's no way he's naming this album simply Music, right? He's gotta be trolling, right? This is a joke, right? Carti's not gonna name his album Music. But 2 years later, it is looking like the album is named Music or I Am Music. Honestly, I don't even know at this point if it's Music or I Am Music. Either way, it's probably one of those two names or maybe even a different name. But that was the XXL article. They also asked them about the song Wicked back in 2022, which we do know now is the killer song that did leak. But yeah, that's that. The XXL article, aka the birth of the I Am Music era. Now we're gonna be going into all of the unreleased music videos that Carti has previewed that we have yet to get. Now note that there is 5. Carti loves to preview music videos and just never dropped them, but the 5 being, 1 is Do the Most when he's in New York with the yellow Pele Pele. Then we got 2, Metro Boomin, all of Opium's in the studio throwing a bunch of money. Pretty sure that's an MV. Then we got the Chainsaw in the club one, which is dope. I think that music video is gonna be crazy. Now I'm pretty sure that is a music video as well. There isn't a snippet behind this one or the Metro one, but then going into the next one, we do have like a 1-second snippet, and that was from the Cobra music video. Apparently this video was shot and it's done. Apparently all these music videos are done. Bro was just teasing them and never dropping, I guess. And then the last one that we do know of is the Skinny Jeans music video. Now in my opinion, if I were to pick one music video to please drop, that's got to be Skinny Jeans, bro. That snippet he put out with Skinny Jeans is insane. That could be, honestly, I do think Skinny Jeans could possibly be an actual like album song, not one of these like throwaways that he's put on YouTube or the Finsta. Like Skinny Jeans needs to be an official release because that snippet is beautiful. Skinny Jeans are some baggies. Hey, bro, he went in on it. Smooth, clean, different type of vibe. That's just exactly what we want from Carti. I'll take any of these MVs, but the one I would want the most is going to be Skinny Jeans. So now we're going to be heading into the 9/14/2023 incident, which was essentially Swamp Izzo's fault. We all blaming Swamp Izzo for this, right? On 9/14, September 14, 2023, I believe this was like the day after or the day of that Carti BDAY, but Swamp Izzo put on his story, new Playboi Carti at Swamp Izzo at Bankhead tomorrow 9 p.m. on V103 Atlanta radio station.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Izzo, Playboi Carti.
Y'all heard?
Yeah,
I'ma say this for the proof.
Don't stop it yet.
What's up? What's up?
We've been on hold for 3 years.
Yeah.
What you listening to is that
Yeah.
So this was a whole thing. We were all expecting new Carti music at 9 p.m. Eastern on this V103 radio station. A bunch of fans were in this radio station gassing. Everybody was ready. And when that 9 o'clock hit, Swamp Izzo literally trolled everybody.
Swamp Izzo. Damn.
Man, what the fuck is this? Say you swear to God, bro.
He played I Just Wanna Rock. Everybody was waiting. New Carti music, new Carti music. I believe this was like the day after Carti's BDAY. So we're like, maybe they're gonna play Problem Child in full or Vetmont Jeans in full. And when that 9 o'clock hit, nothing happened, bro. That was the biggest troll ever the Carti fans got played. We did hear that Carti did call Swamp Izzo on the radio station. Swamp Izzo! He was calling Carti. And I did hear that Swamp Izzo was actually going to play new music, but Carti called and told him not to and pulled the plug on that. So that was the 9/14/2023 incident. I blame you, Swamp Izzo. And to end this tier off, we're going to be speaking on the GOAT, King Bob. Free King Bob, bruh. But King Bob was a big name that did pop up in this new IM music era. And he was, I would say, like, I wouldn't say he's a leaker. I wouldn't call him a leaker. I would more so say like an inside source with just like all the information and all these songs. It felt like King Bob had damn near every song Carti made at this point and just knew every single piece of information that nobody knew about, right? He had a lot of songs but never leaked any.
I'm not a leaker. I'm not a leaker. Let's be clear.
So you're just an unreleased holder.
Yes. That's a term for a collector.
He was just kind of like flexing like, yeah, I got this song. He would, you know, post like a 1-second snippet. King Bob posted a snippet of Trying to Get Down or 24 songs. But yeah, King Bob was kind of a dude just like with all the information. He just had everything, like the oracle of the Carti, you know, fan community. That was King Bob, bro. But eventually he did get taken down and bro was arrested in late of 2023. And we haven't heard of bro since. Free King Bob. He had all the info, was tweeting out lyrics of songs way before they came out. Like I remember he put out You're the Moon. He posted a picture of Carti from that music video alongside the lyrics. And when the song actually came out, we're like, dang, this dude had this song for a minute, right? But King Bob, he's the GOAT. Whatever you want to say about him, free King Bob, bruh. Now to start off this next tier, we're going to be speaking on probably one of the most highly anticipated snippets from the IM music era, and that's simply going to be Killers, aka Wicked. Now the first time that Killers was brought to life was in April of 2022. In that XXL article, they talked about it. They spoke on this song called Killers. It was prod CARDO. Then eventually a snippet came out. Everybody was going crazy for it, right? The hype for Killers was honestly almost the same type of hype for All Red. I'd probably say it was slightly less hype than All Red, but that's just saying something, right? This was a highly anticipated snippet. This was everybody's grail, and eventually it did surface and come to light in September of 2023 when the whole entire song leaked, all right? The whole entire song, Killers, leaked, and eventually it was found out that it was supposed to be the lead single to Music at the time. Now we're in 2024, 1 year later, this gem has been leaked. Proud by CARDO, supposedly the lead single to Music, but the song did leak, and that is going to be Killers, aka Wicked. And now we're going to be going into how CARDO is supposedly the executive producer of IM Music as of right now. Now note that this is not really like stamped or in concrete proof, but this is kind of just a theory floating around the community that people are just putting one and one together, right? All of the new singles have had heavy CARDO production. CARDO has been a very prominent figure with these new drops, and we all thought that it was going to be Filthy, or at least the V1 version we all thought was going to be Filthy, because Filthy did confirm that he was being the executive producer of Music at the time back in like December of 22 or early like January 2023 when we all thought Carti was supposed to drop the album. Filthy did tweet saying he was the executive prod, but now with all the singles being heavily produced by CARDO, CARDO's name keeps brought up, we all think that CARDO is the executive producer of Music, so that's that. And now we're going to be speaking on one of the biggest grails, another one of the biggest grails from this IM Music era, and that was going to be MENAGE featuring Lil Uzi Vert. Obviously a 1629 grail. This is honestly one of the best Uzi Carti songs. I'm saying it, bro. Hot take. I believe it's one of the best Uzi Carti songs. But the first time this song surfaced was in June of 2023, and eventually this song was leaked. Now we did get an unfinished version of the song, and actually an unfinished version of the song leaked for 15 bands, bro. 15,000 was how much this song sold for, and it was unfinished, bro. That should just tell you how highly anticipated this song was. Obviously any 1629 song in my opinion should be held high, but this one was just too hard, bro. This one was crazy on like this crazy guitar beat. Uzi went stupid, Carti went stupid, eventually it leaked. But this was one of the highly anticipated snippets from this IM Music era. So now we're gonna be getting into how the Whole Lotta Red documentary did leak in this IM Music era. About 1 year ago in March of 2023, we did get about 2 hours worth of footage from the supposed Whole Lotta Red documentary showcasing, you know, Carti's recording process, him supposedly shooting the music video for Over, him doing just a bunch of behind the scenes. This was leaked from Carti's former videographer Chris Skylark, and he crashed out when he found out that this footage was leaked. In my opinion, I'd do the same thing. Bro was tweaking on IG Live, was crying on IG Live. Honestly, I feel bad for him because he was documenting something so special, right? Imagine if the Whole Lotta Red documentary actually came about, bro. That would have been insane. But now I doubt that it is dropping at this point. But 2 hours worth of the alleged Whole Lotta Red documentary did leak back in March. It was pretty dope just to see behind the scenes of Carti recording like some music videos at some photo shoots during the Whole Lotta Red time, alongside him at the laundromat, just random stuff, him saying ice creams for pussies. Like, we just got a bunch of dope footage from that era, but it sucks that it did get leaked because I would have loved to see, you know, just the overall process of the Whole Lotta Red era and how that was documented. It would have looked insane. It would have looked so dope, but unfortunately it did get leaked. So now we're gonna be getting into the theory on how Carti's label Interscope wants some of the grails on the album. Now note this came from the insider, so kind of take it with a grain of salt, but we did find out about it because according to Heaven or Hell, he said that his label been wanting All Red on the album, right? So apparently Interscope was trying to put All Red and some more highly anticipated snippets on IM Music. Now in my opinion, I honestly don't really think it's that big of a deal if Carti puts All Red on the album or not, to be honest, because the album is gonna sell well either way. It's gonna get streams, it's gonna go #1. He's selling over 100K for sure. It's gonna be his biggest album, so I don't know why the label was trying to make that big of a deal with these highly anticipated snippets. Maybe because they're knowing All Red is essentially a #1 hit, or that's just like a safe lock hit. But I do think, and I trust Carti, he's gonna give us good music. It's not that crazy in my opinion, but that's kind of a theory that was going around, that All Red was being pushed heavily by the label, which if they give us All Red, I'll take it for sure. And honestly, I do think that All Red is pretty much a lock on the album now, since he did play it at Summer Smash and some of the other festivals. Like, why would he preview an extended snippet of All Red if he's never gonna drop it? I mean, it is Carti at the end of the day, so we really can't trust anything, but I do think All Red is going to be on the album for sure. And yeah, that's basically it with how the label wants some highly anticipated snippets. Maybe they wanted MENAGE on it, but that's gone, that's leaked. I don't know any other highly anticipated snippets. Maybe G-Wagon, but this topic was honestly almost like a year old at this point. And I want to be speaking on the theory that's been floating around the Carti community regarding Carti's album, and that's how this album might be more of an ATL trap sounding album. A lot of people have been saying that and saying that that's Carti's next sound heading into this new album, which I do understand because we have gotten songs like HBA, which sounds like it, All Red, which sounds like it, Type Stuff, which sounds like it. But then also we've gotten sounds like You're the Moon, which don't really sound and hit that range in my opinion. Same thing with Ketamine. That's more like an advanced Whole Lotta Red type sound. So I could understand where the fans are going with that ATL trap type sound, but I do think that Carti has kind of layers to the album that he's kind of shown through these singles, right? You're the Moon is that soft voice. Then we've gotten that ATL trap sound with songs like HBA, but then we've also gotten that rock star advanced Whole Lotta Red type sound with songs like Ketamine. So I do think Carti is going to have this ATL trap sound in his album, but I don't think it's going to be the sole focus of it. And he's going to give us more of like an album with layers rather than just one sound throughout, in my opinion. So that's that ATL trap album theory. So now we're going to be heading into tier 6, when a lot of this information is very niche and almost if you know, you know. And note that a lot of this information from this tier and the one below is kind of coming from the insiders, so kind of take it with a grain of salt. But to start off, we're going to be going into how the 2024 beat was allegedly stolen, all right? It was said from the insiders that the 2024 beat, obviously the song prod by Earl on the Beat and Kanye West, and that Earl on the Beat did steal the beat from somebody else, and apparently that Ye had no contribution towards the beat. Now in my opinion, I don't really know if I believe that, to be honest, because that beat has Ye written all over it. It was said that Ye, OG Volta, and Earl on the Beat cooked that up, and honestly, in my opinion, I could believe that. Now, obviously, I'm not an insider. I don't know what goes down, but according to the insiders, Earl on the Beat did steal that beat from somebody, and Ye had nothing to do with that beat at all. Either way, that song's amazing. That's probably my favorite song from the singles he put out, but that's going to be how the 2024 beat was allegedly stolen, right? Now we're going to be going into the Yeezy.com single theory, and this was another one that the insiders did give on 42 Daily Stream. Apparently to the insiders, they said that the next single following Ketamine, obviously we do know that Ketamine was Carti's last single that he did put out a minute ago, right? But the next single following that would have been a Yeezy.com exclusive single, so you could only hear the song on Yeezy.com. Similar to how Carti was putting out songs strictly on Instagram or like YouTube, this song would have been strictly on Yeezy.com. But since like the Yeezy.com website is kind of just like a whole hot mess, the thing never went through, and we have no clue when the next single is, right? We have no clue when the next single is dropping from Carti, but that's a theory coming from the insiders. Now we're gonna be heading into the Ice Spice chain. Now, if you do know, Playboi Carti did gift Ice Spice a chain that she wore in the Super Bowl, designed by Alex Moss. Now, do we know why he gave her a chain? Nobody knows, but he gave her a whole chain, which was called the Backrooms chain, to Ice Spice. I'm pretty sure this was designed by Sex is Death as well, but Alex Moss made the piece, gave it to Ice Spice. Ice Spice wore at the Super Bowl. We have no clue why Carti gave her a whole chain. In my opinion, I think he was trying to get in that, but that's a theory on the Ice Spice chain. He just randomly gave Ice Spice a chain, posted on his story with the YVL, and that's basically that. And now we're gonna be going into the world music drop date theory, right? Y'all know how Carti fans get with these drop date theories. They're crazy. The moon is red, so whole lot of red. Y'all know those whole lot of red drop date theories. That was one thing. But now with this new album, obviously being called iMusic or Music, we don't really know at this point. But since that's the name, people highly speculated that the album would drop on World Music Day, being that it was on the 21st of June. Carti was pretty active, giving out a bunch of features. It would have been perfect. The 21st of June is actually a Friday on World Music Day. The album's called iMusic. Everything just kind of had the right correlation, but obviously we're sitting here in July with no album. But that was a heavy theory floating around the Carti community as to when we could see his upcoming album iMusic. And to finish off this last tier, we're going to be speaking on how the Antagonist tour was allegedly forced by the Interscope label. The insiders did say that the Antagonist tour was a forced tour by the label and that Carti never wanted to go on tour in the first place, which honestly I could kind of see, to be honest, because we know what happened with that tour, right? The tour was delayed how many times? Like this tour was this tour was just cursed, bro. This tour was just never happening. First, it was announced in the summer. They're supposed to go live in October. October got delayed. Then they were supposed to go to December through February. That got delayed. Then they were supposed to go through January. That got delayed. Ultimately, the tour got canceled. People got refunded. But in my opinion, it kind of does make sense as to how this tour was forced, and then how Carti was like, F you, I'm not doing the tour, delay it. And then the label was probably like, yeah, I'm sick of this dude, just give everybody their money back. But that was a theory that the insiders did claim. The Antagonist tour was a forced tour by the label. In my opinion, I kind of believe it. If the Antagonist tour went down, that would just been insane, bro. Ken Lone Homicide Carti one night, bruh. I don't even know if people could have handled that, to be honest, because that would have been like a good 3-4 hours of just straight bangers front to back. That would have been an insane tour. Opium one night, insane. But that's going to be the 6th tier and the forced tour theory. So now we're going to be heading into the final tier of the iceberg. This is the most niche of the niche news. And honestly, if you know this info, you're probably in too deep at this point. But this is going to start off with the Carti and MC Lan collaboration. MC Lan is a Brazilian singer. He makes funk music out in Brazil. He's huge in Brazil. He recently said on a podcast that he did produce for Carti's new album, and also said he has a collab with Carti that was supposedly going to be on his album. This news did come out in May. His album did drop May 23rd. Obviously, Carti was not on the album, but he did claim that he did work with Carti. He produced for his new album, I Am Music. He said, I produced for I Am Music, and that him and Carti collaborated on a song. Now, this would have been super dope to see, and honestly, we don't know if this is scrapped or not yet, because this could honestly make Carti's album. Why not? Why not throw a Brazilian funk song on the album at this point? But he said he worked with Carti, specifically working on I Am Music, and know that this guy MC Lan works heavy with OG and Ye. So that's how that came about. And that leads us into the third one of the last tier, and that's simply just going to be the Lucas Sabat ad-lib on the new Skinny Jeans snippet. You know, the one where we go skinny jeans and some baggies. The ad-lib that everybody can't understand who it is. Apparently it is Lucas Sabat. Now Lucas Sabat does not make music, but obviously has been seen with Carti for years on years now. They've been, you know, friends for a long time. But apparently he laid an ad-lib down on the new Skinny Jeans snippet. It's not Skepta, it's not No Cap. I've seen a bunch of people saying those are the rumors, but it's simply Lucas Sabat, and it seems to be a solo song, which we need. That snippet is just beautiful. But that leads us into the Interscope beef, okay? A lot of people are saying Carti has a beef with Interscope. We kind of spoke on it earlier with how Ye was trying to tell Carti to like kind of rebel from the label and not really listen to him and kind of do his own thing. And a lot of people are speculating that the song Backrooms didn't drop on official streaming platforms, and obviously why these songs didn't drop on official streaming platforms was Carti to almost say an F you to the label, right? Carti's pulling in all these streams, all these numbers. He's the biggest artist in rap probably now. No rap artist is pulling these numbers on their Instagram or their YouTube, and that was kind of like a big F you and a middle finger to the label. I'm guessing that's what everybody's kind of thinking, especially with the Backrooms music video, because that was a whole music video, had Travis Scott, a Travis Scott feature cost. It seems to have a big budget. That was supposed to be a big thing, and Carti was like, yeah, just put on YouTube, bruh. So I'm pretty sure it was a kind of like an F you to the label. That's what people are kind of speculating. He's kind of rebelling from the label after the whole like forced tour thing and, you know, the all red situation with the GRAILS. I'm guessing Carti and Interscope aren't really on the best of terms, but that's just kind of a rumor floating around in the Carti community. But that's going to end it off with the iceberg. This is going to be the I Am Music iceberg, right? We started off at the tip of the iceberg that, you know, your everyday rap fans should just know. Then as you get deeper, you really see who the real Carti fans are and really know, like, it's just more than the music at this point. You're deep in, you're crazy. The Carti fans are crazy, bro. There's really no fan base like Carti's fan base. Carti really got this on lock. There's nothing bigger than the Opium fan base, on God. This is the most interactive fan base. It's the most fun fan base. No fan base is making a whole tier list on stuff that isn't really about the music, right? There's so many fan pages and so many YouTube videos out there just of Carti because he's the GOAT, bruh. He is the GOAT. Carti is single-handedly the GOAT. He's my GOAT. We all love Carti. Can't wait for the upcoming album. Hopefully the album drops near and this is the only IN Music Iceberg. Obviously there's going to be more events that take place, but this is the majority of the most important things to come out of the IN Music era. If you guys like the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please like the video. I took a lot of time editing this. This took like 5 days to edit. But like I said, if you guys like the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's Money May or Zay, and I'm out. Thank you guys.